Hey folks, it's Bishopheals. How you guys doing over there, baby? Well, listen, I got some exciting news today. Oh, easy, boy, easy. My mods, I tell you, forget about it. So Doc finally sent me guess what? Let's find out. So here they are. So I got some insulators, baby, for the Mini B. That's for sure. Remember the issue that we were having that I was showing on Vape TV? I actually stopped vaping because of the small little minor issues I was having. Because look at this pin. I can just easily move it in and out with my finger, okay? And it gets a little bit, a little bit of a pain if you're going to be switching it from PV to PV. So, Doc apologized. It wasn't really his fault. It's the CNC machines, They didn't go to his specifications. So now that he sent me the insulator, which I have to send one to JP, that's for sure. He's been hawking it. He's been wanting one. So I'm going to show you how to change this real quick and get this thing set up. Okay, so let's actually do that. Now, let's get one out of the bag. Wow. I'm telling you, they make these things adult proof, I tell you. Forget about it. Okay, so I got one out. There we go. So my fingers are a little too big, but that's what it is, okay? So to get this going, what I'm going to do first is pull out the pin. Now, if you can't pull it out with your hands, okay, you can always pull it out using a pair of pliers, okay, just to give you an idea. Here's my pair of pliers. I can just grasp at one end and just yank, okay? That's how simple that is. Now the two washers will stay on top. It's not going to come down, okay? And it may actually pull just a little bit of that insulator. You see that? There it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, with a pair of pliers, just yank it out. Okay? Just pull it out. Nice. There we go. It's pulled out. There it is. So that's out. Now, I'm going to look the inside, and as you can see, let me focus that for you a little. See that? There's a little bit of a groove. Okay, like a little bit of a base right in there. So the insulator is not going to go all the way in, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll fall in flush where it needs to be. Okay? Okay, so now that's removed. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the insulator and put it in. Okay, like so. Now what you can do is, it's going to be a little snugged. That's the whole idea. Okay. Now you can do the following. Just press down on a hard surface. See? It's going in. So you just press down on it. There we go. Now it's in. Let me show you that. It's in. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll add our pin. And it's going down. It's going down. Push down on the base. There we go. There's 5/10 sticking out already. See that? It's already sticking out. And there it is. Now I can guarantee you that this doesn't come out. This is the way it should be. Okay, there should be a good amount of friction on here, so that way the only thing what you need to do is, like right now it's sticking out a little, okay, as you can see that, but this can get automatic. It's a floating pin, so this will automatically go in as you keep screwing it down. So no matter what PV you put this on, if the pin is already inside a little too much, then with a Phillips screwdriver you can push this down and it'll actually push the pin down automatically on the fly. Okay, so it's on. Now guess what I'm gonna do? It's vape time, baby. Forget about it. That's for sure. So we have these 2 screws that we have to put in, and he has on his mini B, here's the 2 sides with the threads. I don't know if you can see that. Let me focus that a little. There you go. See that? It's only this side and that side. That's it with the threads. So that's where the screws go. Okay. So now there we go. Repeat. Do the other one. Okay, there we go. Now, start getting some mesh going. Nice, beautiful mesh. That's for sure. With the scissors, because this is going to be a little too big for the mini B. So I'm going to slice this in half. Put that on the side. We're going to start cooking this mesh. And of course, like I've mentioned in previous videos, as far as when you're doing jennies and you're oxidizing mesh, you want to make sure you get a nice little even layer of oxidation, and try to burn off any of these little crusty little threads on the corners and the sides. It'll definitely improve on hot spots, minimize it. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is, I saw some threads. Now I'm just going to cut just a very thin layer. Now let's see. When it's burning, I can tell if there's any threads. And nope, It's good, it's nice. Okay. So now, start rolling. And the okay. So as you can see it goes in. So it's the right size now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a final sealer, oxidizing it. That way it'll firm up the mesh and it'll be a little firmer to insert. Oh, punching. Now, what I do is I move the mesh. That's it. I blow on it. Okay, that's done. Now what I do is, ooh, hot tamales. Forget about it. Okay, so now we're not going to be doing dual coils. Forget about it. The way you mount the dual coils on here is if you look at this. Let me zoom this in for you. Okay, so you have 3 mesh holes. Okay, the 2 holes that are side by side one another, that would be like if you're running a U-wick, that would work ideal. But meaning that I'm going to be running dual coils. As you can see, the diagonal, you see that hole up top here and the hole down here to the right side here. That would be for the dual coil setup. It's very important that they're diagonal across, because the way he designed the intake, okay, you have 2 holes on one side and 2 holes on the other side, and they're facing ideally those 2 meshes. Okay, if you're running single, I would be using the one with the 1 hole on each side, as far as on the cap. Okay, as far as to improve on flavor and throat hit. Now that I have the mesh oxidized, let's continue with the build. And the way I do this is I only use this much mesh. That's it. That's it. That's all what you need. It will give you better wicking, especially better wicking, so it'll prolong the juice, that's for sure. So that's there. Now let's get some coils. Then what I'm doing is just evening it out. Okay. I do that. Now I cut the mesh. Now I take the other mesh that I just finished slicing. Make sure I roll up the ends. I'm going to put on the opposite side. Like so. Okay. Get my wire ready. I'm putting the wire underneath the washer. The longest side of the wire facing towards the mesh, the smaller side towards the nut. Screw it down hard. Like so. lift up the excess wire, cut it, and now work the device. And now you do the same amount of wraps. 4 to 5 wraps is what I do. Now what we need to do is fire it up. So I'm going to put it on my Nemesis. And they both light up. And there's no hot spots. So now I'm going to finish cutting it up. The wires. Nice and quick. Let's see. .3 ohms. Okay. I had to actually I have this was pinching on my camera to hold it downward. That's what it was, so that's why I had to move the cam a bit. But as you see, 0.3 ohms. And what I would like to vape is gonna be let's see. It's gonna be Fluid Vapors Blue Pill, baby. Forget about it. And what I like about it is that it has these caps that I can just insert down. Look at that. Beautiful, I tell you. Beautiful. See that? Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Flood the freaking thing. Flood the freaking thing. Forget about it. Almost up, almost up. Almost up, almost up. I just keep pouring juice until I see juice flowing up on those meshes. As I do right now. There we go. And then what I do is I just add some more drops on top. And now what I'm going to use the one with the 2 holes. Position them directly next to them. Okay. Now, somebody did mention, what if it's too tight? Quite simple. This is what you do. Take the juice that you were just adding and add some juice to that O-ring. That's all. Just the top O-ring. That's all. That will fix it. Okay, so now line up the holes. Look at that, how simple it went in. Okay, very simple. Now what we're going to do is need a drip tip. So where's my drippy tip? There we go. I got a new drip tip today from Good Sense. There she is. Look at that. Now, awesome. Now it's on my Nemesis. Okay. And we're going to vape the hell out of it. Forget about it. Oh, be nice if I unlock it. That's for sure. So it's already unlocked. Mm. Forget about it. I can see here. Make sure there's plenty of juice flowing down there. And there is. That's for sure. Very sweet, very delicious. And as you can hear, you can fry an egg on there. So that's the mini B. I just showed you how to replace the Delrin from the center. Very simple to do. It's not overly complicated. Thank you, Doc Dave. That's for sure. Keep producing what you're producing. And boy, you better get on vacation. Forget about it, man. You need to be on vacation. That boy needs a vacation, guys. Definitely a vacation. So with that, I'll let you guys go. Live hard and vape hard, baby. Ciao.